Hi, everybody. Jenny Jetson. Hope you're well, surviving to thriving. All right. I am in the middle of practicing my radio voice. Hi, what do you think? I look funny in my radio voice, but I am in the middle of the 5 stages of grief. Grief! Good grief! Boy, good grief is right. Good grief. So I'm going to continue with the 5 stages, which are denial, we went through that. Anger, we went through that. Uh, Bargaining, which is a terrible word, but we went through bargaining. And now we are on depression. Depression. This is one that everybody can relate to. So let's just get in. This is what I think about depression. It stinks. But it's the one emotion that people who have not experienced trauma can relate to. When I think of PTSD, I describe it like depression, only in the fact that there everybody has been depressed at some point, a breakup, a job, a low point where your identity is kind of shifted and you've got to, it's like I don't want to be here. I feel lost. I nothing feels right. This is no, 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 no. Most people, most everybody has experienced depression, some more than others. How you got depressed, all of those circumstances that got you to the place are very, very unique. How you get out of depression is equally as unique. And people who experience trauma and PTSD, how you're going to get out of that is equally unique. But I believe that there are 5 categories that you need to focus on to be fully, completely out of that hole, a whole human, if you will. And we'll go into that after we finish the 5 stages of grief, which are already kind of laid out in almost every therapist's office around the country. And that's fine. It's a good start. It's a good way. So I'm going to continue to talk about how these 5 stages showed up in my life and what I did during those times when I felt like that to snap out of it or move on. Again, they're going to tell you don't rush the 5 stages. It's a natural process. But when I knew that I was obsessing or stalling in a particular area that I didn't want to be, I had to work through it to get out of it. I know I'm depressed. Thanks for telling me. But it's the how do I get myself out of this situation that you're going to need to think about how that works for you. And there's many different ways to get out of your depression. There's no right way, there's no wrong way, but there is a wrong way, which is nothing, because that can be very dangerous and very scary. And, if you survived something horrific, if you've been going through trauma, we need you. We don't want to lose you again. You're here for a reason. You're here to find your purpose. You're here to help people. You're here to use your voice and be you and let people know how awesome and amazing you are because you were able to move on in your life and still be awesome and great despite something that happened to you. That's the goal, my friend. That's the goal. So, this is how depression, this is what I think about depression for me during that period of time. You have a new brain, is a good way to think about it. You have a new brain. There are chemicals that were released. Things were happening inside your body that have never happened before. And it's going to take a while for all of that brain, all of the juices, the firing, everything to connect and heal. It's going to take a long time for that to happen. So just know that it's going to take you longer than you think. You're going to need to be more, you're going to be more kind and gentle with yourself, and be kind and gentle with yourself. Absolutely, 100%. I went, I did some soul searching at one point that really, really helped me with the kindness of myself. When I am in a bad state, I tend to find all the things that I'm not doing well. So, everything in the garage all my to-do list starts coming out. And now I'm too exhausted to do any of it because I've been thinking about this to-do list and it's totally overwhelming. So you have to be aware of when you're in those phases. And instead of going down that road of worry, Just try and quiet your brain and watch a movie. Watch a movie, watch a comedy, snuggle up, read a book. Do it and don't make yourself feel guilty about it. That's the key, right? Your body needs the slowness. You need to take a bath, right? Hit golf balls, whatever you need to do to get out of your head for a moment, do it. Play a video game. But you have a new brain, you're going to need to be tender with it. So your depression is going to happen different than it did before, most likely. Mine did. It's fast and it's fast and it's furious. So any kind of mm, I almost want to say criticism, you take harder than before. Any kind of upset, because you're kind of careful, right? Putting your pieces back together. You're kind of like, you know, stepping slowly. And when something happens, um, that's a negative on top of everything else, you might go to red pretty quickly. I mean, in the face of danger, the normal reactions, everybody knows this, right? Or some, you fight or you flee or you freeze. Same thing in depression. So, what are you naturally going to do? When you're depressed, do you get angry? Do you yell at everybody? Is that your normal state of being when you sense danger? And depression, I think, is a danger mechanism because nobody likes those feelings, but we sit in it anyway. It's scary to us that we can't move and we don't have motivation and we can't sleep or stop crying or whatever that is, or we're eating too much and now we're fat and now we ate ourselves. Nobody enjoys being in that state. Understand that about it, and know that it's situational. You're not going to be here forever. Your job is to not harm yourself even more when you're in this phase, because then that's just the regular depression that everybody does, right? I'm not good enough. I screwed up a relationship. I'm not worthy. Be kind to yourself. You've got plenty of time to beat yourself up and call yourself a terrible person. Now is not the time. It's just going to add to it. Okay. You've got enough to deal with. You've got enough to do. We've got to get your brain healthy enough so that you can function, move on with your life in some sense of normalcy, and be healthy enough to start dreaming and loving and caring about other people and being open to the world and people and enjoyment and laughter and all the good stuff. You got to deal with the bad stuff to get the good stuff, right? So, yeah, how that showed up for me, yeah, it's situational. I would say, you know, 3 months for sure, but most likely 6 to 12. There's something about the year anniversary of what you went through, and I think normally, I tend to think quarterly or seasonally. So, there's going to be a lot of that going on with you. It's kind of a natural time clock. So be kind to yourself, and this may or may not happen for you, um, because this is going to pass, and you're going to look back on yourself and you're going to be proud. I still look back on everything that I've accomplished, and I'm proud of the job that I've done. It doesn't feel like you're doing anything, especially when you're, in the dark days of recovering. It doesn't feel like you're doing anything, but you are. I'm a woman and I have had a baby. I've been pregnant. And, you know, we don't make our women, women are busy, they're doing things even when they're pregnant. Oh, I didn't do anything today. You are in the middle of making a human being inside your body. You are busy beyond belief. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that good things are not happening underneath the surface. And you need to trust and be healthy and take care of yourself so that you can take care of everything else that needs to happen from that point on. So just know you are going to look back on yourself and be proud. And so in your depression, when you want to sink to that lower place, if you need to, do it. If you need to have that second pint of ice cream, know that I need this. Be depressed, but be depressed with, a little bit of humor, style, grace, whatever you want, confidence. You're like, no, I'm depressed. I'm going to eat a second thing of Haagen-Dazs because this is what I'm feeling right now. And you're going to sit there and you're going to enjoy that Haagen-Dazs. Don't feel bad about it. Indulge. Don't overdose on heroin, but try and be kind to yourself. Be kind to my friend. My friend Dixie says that. She says, be kind to my friend, Jen. You need to be kinder to her. And that is moving to me and that speaks to me. So that's my Dixie through you. Be kind to my friend. But you're going to look back and you're going to be super, super proud. The physical manifestations, everybody knows depressions, but in case you know you need a little bit of refresher, you are tired of being tired. You're just exhausted all the time. Life takes longer for you during these moments, getting dressed, taking a shower, blow drying my hair. All of those things just seem to take much longer. Your brain is fuzzy, you're processing other things, you're just exhausted because you're not present in the moment, right? You're someplace else at the time. You might be grappling with the fact that you're not the person that you used to be. You're having a hard time recognizing yourself or your thoughts or your behavior. Um, that's surely a sign that this transformation is happening and that you're at a state of, kind of depression. But, you know, good things are on the way. I'm going to tell you this. It's the loss of identity and the mourning over your life and the exhaustion of creating the new. But, just like the caterpillar turning into the butterfly, right? Depression is you're in the goo phase in the cocoon. That cannot be comfortable for the caterpillar or the butterfly. You're in the goo phase. Think of your depression time as the goo phase or the pregnancies, whatever. But you're in the goo, you're in that change. It's like it's difficult, it's tough, you're in it. Did I pick the worry and concern? Try and relax, breathe, meditate, take a bath through that exercise, watch a movie. However you nurture, light a candle, journal. I wish I knew more what men did. Probably, I don't know, play golf, play video games. That's very popular with the fellas now. Watch sports. Whatever you need to do to nurture yourself and take some time, do that. But don't beat yourself up over it. Your body needs it. Be kind to my friend. Let's see. I came a lot of questions with, who am I now? What will I end up to be? Right? What do I do now exactly day to day? All of those questions, excuse me, all of those questions were coming up. That's what depression felt like going through trauma for me. A lot of work, a lot of stress and strain. Um, and the minute I would feel overwhelmed, I would really try and be kind to myself. I took a lot of baths. I would massage my knee, which I'm doing right now. I would massage my wounds. I would take care of myself. Floss your teeth. Are you flossing your teeth? You got to have a lot of self-love and discipline to floss your teeth. And it's hard to be truly depressed if you have taken the time to brush your teeth. Or, I'm sorry, brush your teeth, floss your teeth. So, take care of yourself during your depression stage. If you're going to be depressed, be depressed. Try not to harm yourself to the point where you can't come back out of it, because you don't need more to do. How I snapped out of it, how I still snap out of it, how do I counterbalance the depression as quickly as possible? For me, gratitude. Find gratitude. For me, gratitude equals faith equals forgiveness. That's all gratitude, being grateful, 100%. Feeling blessed. It is hard to stay in a depressed state when you think it is a miracle that you survived the situation that you should not have survived. From my guesstimation, this man shot at me 21 to 23 times. I took 2 bullets, one in the chest, right about here, and once in the knee. There. Steel plate here. That's a lot of bullets to dodge. I've been, I've always been very, safety conscious, right? Dodging bullets all the time. Oop, not going to go that way, not going to go that way. Keenly aware of all the situations. Be careful. Dodging bullets my whole life. Got me twice, missed me a bunch. So I'm grateful that I survived this situation. I feel blessed every day that my life was not taken from me. I do feel like there was an intervention. Jen was there with me. Together we worked a team. I've seen spiritual guidance, right? Archangel Michael, three people, different people have told me that there was somebody there that was helping me get through that situation, and I am grateful. And for all of the prayers that people give you on a daily basis. Afterwards, people say, I was praying for you that day, and I don't know why, or we were doing an extra prayer for our parents that day. And I believe that through all of that energy, there is a force that can be helpful. This is gonna this is selfish because I survived. People who lost their others, they're going to be looking for the hope. Well, why did they take that person? Why were they not saved? Right? So I understand how this I understand how this sounds. But for the survivors who are here, the survivors who are here, that's the only thing that I can address, is to help you survive this situation and get through it. Even if you're the parent, you are surviving this trauma and this grief, and you can help other people by talking about how you're getting through this horrible, terrible, awful, unimaginable stage of life, is by talking about it and by being the best person that you can be through it, and loving. Be the example. So that, being grateful every day that, I didn't die. I got to keep my leg, all of my leg, and I can walk, right? I would like to walk without pain, right? Then there's a couple, I'd like to walk without pain. But even if I can't, that's okay. It's a journey. I'm going to find new things to do. I'm grateful. I'm no longer going to beat myself up for not accomplishing anything in my life, because I'm the greatest accomplishment there is, my survival. Anything that I do on top of this is absolutely bonus, but I'm driven to give back, which is why I'm making these videos in my closet for you and other people. I really want to help individuals get past this, and I think there's a lot that needs to be done to help trauma survivors. And part of it is getting our words out and giving people hope and examples and tips and things to try so that you can move through this on your own, because you can't always be around people, and it's a lonely place inside your head, so you have to be able to go someplace. So if my words speak to you, please let me know. I would appreciate that. If there's anything else that you'd like me to talk about, I'm an open book. So let's see. So yeah, gratitude was lucky to be alive, thankful, to see the leaves on the tree. Um, really seek and surround yourself with images. I think this one really helped me. I put seek and surround yourself with images you love, art, pictures. Take the scenic route and be present. Ground yourself in things that you can see around you. When you're in your head, depression is in your head. Depression exists in your mind. That's why nobody can see it. Love also is in your mind. Everything good and bad that we create and manifest, it's 100% in our brain. The shoe, however, is not in my brain. This is real. Somebody imagined it, but this is real. These are feelings and emotions, and they're inside our head, and we have to be able to pull ourselves out of our head to give our mind a rest and a break. And a good way to do that for me is to find joy, spark joy in the world around you, and by finding images that are grounding to you, that are important to you. If it's a funny picture, humor to me is a wonderful gift. I enjoy humor. I like to laugh. I love to smile. If you can tell me jokes and make me laugh, I mean, one of my best friends she can ask for directions, and I laugh just the way she says hello. And I love her because she makes me laugh. She's not trying to entertain me. I enjoy her so much. She is hysterical. But, humor and lightness when you're in that state of darkness, put guideposts in your life, and it will make you feel special that you took the time to do it, and it will remind you of a happier time, a happier place, and you need to recreate those neural pathways in your brain with what's happening today and positive feelings, right? And things that you enjoy for sure are helpful. The beauty, find the beauty in things. Use the china. I use my china now, my mom's wedding china. Remember when people used to go give china? My daughter's like, why would I want somebody's old plates? It's like, okay, we're using them until they break, obviously, obvi, at the kids are saying. But these are things that helped me. Got it? Yeah, I think that's good. I hope that was helpful. That's what depression meant with me, with my new brain, my PTSD, with everything that I had to do. Um, Depression is something that all of us face. Some days you have good days, some days you have awful days. And during those awful days, I would just remove myself from the world so I wouldn't do any harm when I'm in this, state of woe is me. Nurture myself, love myself, be patient and kind, and start over the next day, because my mental and physical health, nothing is going to happen if I'm 1,000 pieces inside my brain. So you've got to give yourself time to heal. Be kind with yourself. You're going to get through this. Understanding depression and having ways to pull yourself up out of there is something that everybody needs to have as a skill. It's a muscle, right? It's a muscle. Getting out of depression. Being happy. What kind of row is this? Shoulder injury, but it's a muscle. Forgiveness is a muscle. You have to do it every day, right? You think about your emotions as muscles in your brain, parts of your body that you need to think about and focus on and make sure that you're working on them. Depression, forgiveness, right? Am I working on this? Happiness, positivity, right? Am I focusing on flexing these muscles and finding these joyous moments even in your darkest days? The sunset, the smell of cut grass, a sunset, a leaf, a flower. You can always find the light at the end of the tunnel. I just cliches. Cliches are not great, but sometimes they just come. So you're going to be okay. Be kind to my friend. You will get through this. It's not your fault. Your brain has to recover. It's going to take longer. Love yourself through it. You're going to be proud looking back where you were and where you are, no matter where you are going to be along the way. So give back, love yourself, love other people, forgive. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Bye. Jenna Jetson!